Over the past few months, the mountains of West Virginia have become one of my favorite spots to roam, as it's within a few hours of where I live. With the winter coming to an end quickly, I knew I had to get back into the mountains before spring set in and the crowds came back. Our overall objective was to explore a part of the Monongahela National Forest that we've not explored before, and being that it was early March, we were hoping to run into some snow. Unfortunately though, we woke up to pouring rain and temperatures in the high 30s. But honestly, I don't mind it all that much. The rain keeps it exciting. Regardless, we packed up camp and got our day started. Today's goal was to take a lot of trails while pushing further south to another section of the forest. After getting past the down limbs, the road out of this forest continued to disintegrate, and with the recent heavy rains, the puddles grew and the mud softened. It was still a pretty simple trail, but the rain made it much more enjoyable.
Holy crap.
I mean, you could do the easy way, just
go around that way.
There, or just
take it over.
Take the high one.
It's kind of like that the whole way. Look at that. Holy crap. Oh. Subaru.
And yes, I may have potentially forgotten to put it in low and only realized my error when halfway up the rocks. But nevertheless, we're finishing up this trail and getting ready to find the next. The trails in this region are somewhat endless for the East Coast and allow for a lot of different paths to be taken.
What's the workaround? Oh.
Right up through the creek.
Oh, through the creek. Okay. That's not too bad. Yeah, I feel like getting up that shouldn't be terrible because I can even keep my left wheel on that rock.
Now this was somewhat unexpected to come across. Typically these roads in the state forest are somewhat maintained. This trail specifically was rated a 3 out of 10 and seemed very simple. But with the bad rear locker, I was forced to engage A-track and hope for the best. Thankfully, after a few tries and stacking rocks, we were able to get out of the washout and continue forward. All right, so it is 2 p.m. We just finished up lunch. We're gonna continue driving. Today we did a bunch of trails already. I don't even know how many, probably, I don't know, 3. They were rated like 2s and 3s, but there was a lot of washouts, which was sick. It was actually a lot of fun to go over the washouts, as you saw. Ton of fun. We're gonna just kind of push south today. We're going to try to head to Cranberry Wilderness, which is the southern part of Monongahela National Forest. Now we cannot camp there, which is fine. We're gonna camp on the outskirts of it, which is still Monongahela. So I'm excited to spend about 2 days and 2 nights down there. We have total 3 nights and 3 days on this trip. Last night we came in at around like 10:30 and set up camp and just went to bed because it was windy, it was cold, rainy, kind of like today. But as for now, we're kind of done with the trails in this northern part, and we're gonna shoot straight down, probably hit some more trails on the way down, but try to make it quick. Make it in time for camp so we can set up and have a relaxing evening. Anyways, I'm just pumped to get this trip started, so I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into it. As we continued south, we decided to stay on dirt as long as possible to get to our camp spot. Fortunately, this was bringing us close to an overlook that I wanted to stop in at, as it was one of my favorite spots on a past trip. This right here is the highest point in West Virginia and offers amazing views of the surrounding mountains. Even though I prefer to be off the pavement and in the middle of nowhere, this stop was well worth it. West Virginia is rightly called the mountain state, as it's the only state completely within the Appalachian Mountain region and has the highest average elevation over any other state in the east. As you look out from this spot at 4,800 feet, you can truly experience the vastness of the surrounding mountains and valleys. The never-ending mountains makes for a great view. Man, this is one of my all-time favorite spots up here at Osceola. I have no clue. Spruce Knob. It is beautiful. It's the highest point in West Virginia. I was here about 5-6 months ago on the solo trip, and I had to come back because we were in the area. We weren't too far away, added about 45 minutes or so. So had to come here. Very simple drive, but I love the view up here. It's just, there's just nothing out there, and I love that. But we're gonna go head back to the campsite, call it a night, make some dinner, just hang by the fire tonight because there's nothing much else to do, and that's the best part of camping in the evening. And then tomorrow we are going to do some more off-roading and some exploring in a place that I've never been, so I'm very excited to go there. But for now, let's head back to camp. And as usual, I am the absolute king of hard landings. I packed so much into the day that we made it into camp late yet again. So after a quick dinner and fire, it was time to get some sleep for another day of trails. I just got done airing down. We're going to embark on this trail. It's about 35 miles. It's a lot of creek crossings, a lot of rock stuff from what I've heard. Never done it. So I'm excited to do that today. It's gonna take, from what I heard, probably a few hours, maybe 2 hours or so, 2 or 3. But it is already late in the day. It's actually past 12 o'clock. We left campsite this morning. I was driving and I was feeling something weird. It felt like I was losing power steering at a certain point. So we pulled off twice to figure out what it was. And then the second time we got whatever was in the system worked out. But we're feeling it again. So right now my dad is actually checking the power steering pump and everything, making sure the fluids are topped off, good to go. We're gonna do this trail. Hopefully we don't lose power steering. But either way, I'm excited to do this trail, find camp tonight, and then yeah, see what else we get into. As the trail progressed forward, it ended up being more like a tour route through the mountains, as 75% of the path was maintained gravel. Either way, taking the FJ through the technical and scenic areas is exactly what this trip was about. And right before heading for camp, we ended up stumbling into an old Civil War burial site for Nancy Hart. Now, to be honest, I had no clue who this was, but after doing some research, I found out that she was a spy for the Confederates and led a raid on a nearby town. It was fascinating to find a piece of history in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. For the first and last time of this trip, we pulled into camp with an hour or two of daylight left to spare, giving us plenty of time to relax and enjoy what was around us. Even though we only had a few days to spend in West Virginia, it was just enough to fulfill some desires of what we wanted to see and do, as well as give us more desire to come back to this area. There's always more to experience. Alright, we left camp about 30 minutes ago and headed up to the Highland Scenic Highway, which is where we're at now. And as you can see, there is no scenic views. So I'm gonna end this because I don't want to show you just a whole bunch of fog clips. So had an amazing time here in West Virginia. I love West Virginia, honestly. Between Maine and West Virginia, it's hard to pick my favorite, but I feel like West Virginia has so many overlanding places to offer where you can do a lot of camping. It's a ton of fun. But thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.